Hey everyone, and welcome back to Real Estate Fitness, where we keep that real estate muscle strong. We have Stacy with Roth and Roth Insurance on with us today, and I thought that this would be a really great opportunity, Stacy, to talk with our followers and with our audience just a little bit about insurance claims. I feel like not a lot of people totally understand or have, a real deep understanding of what an insurance claim actually does and how that impacts them. So could you start just a little bit by describing what an insurance claim is and kind of go from there?
Sure, absolutely. So, when you have your home insurance, you'll select a deductible. So that can range anywhere from, 1,000 to we're seeing, clients take $10,000 deductible. So basically that is the amount that you will pay before your insurance will kick in. So in the event you have, a claim that you turn in, first thing, they're going to tell you is, your responsibility is your deductible. So in this scenario, we'll just say you have $1,000 deductible. So the first $1,000 is what you would pay. So once the claim adjuster comes out and they determine, your loss is say $5,000, you would pay the first 1,000, and then insurance would, cut you a check, or the contractors or whoever, is fixing it, they would pay the additional, 4,000. So the first 1,000 would be on you. So then you would be known as having an insurance claim on your home policy. So what that means is for the next 5 years, up to 7 years, depending on carriers, they will be able to see that Katie had a home insurance claim on February 15th. And it'll say, it was due to, if it was a wind claim, it'll say wind, and then it'll say, we paid out $5,000. So then anytime Katie decides to get insurance quotes, any carrier is going to see that claim, and then they're going to be able to say, okay, instead of Katie being claim free, Katie has one claim, and your insurance rates are going to be higher because you now have a claim on that. And if Katie decides to sell that house that had that claim, the claim does not go away. It will follow her to her next house, and for the next 5 years at least, that's one active claim. So just because you sell that house or you no longer own it, it doesn't go away. It stays with you. And now in this market in 2024, we have a lot of carriers that, if you do have one home claim, no matter how much it is, what it was paid out for, a lot of carriers are not allowing us to write new home policies for you. So basically for 36 months, for 3 years, that carrier will not offer you a policy.
Yeah, and that's really impactful. And I got to tell you, it sticks with the house as well. So, and you know that. But when we're selling homes, we get what's called the loss claims history report. And like you mentioned, it's usually for the last 5 years or the amount of time they own the home, whichever is less. And I have had buyers that have canceled on transactions because insurance claims have come through. Now, on your end, when you are writing a new policy, and this person's purchasing a new home, so that's what you're writing the policy for, and there is an insurance claim, does that impact the amount that this person is charged?
So previously, carriers, if the home had a previous claim on it, it would say, it's the previous owner's risk. So, you're buying that home, so we can see it. It's, the amount that was paid out, what it was for is listed. And, we would say, not Katie's claim. So I'm going to use you as my example. So,
That's fine.
So we would say it wasn't Katie's claim, but that home did have, a claim in the last 5 years. So previously, carriers were a little more lax on these claims, but we have had clients that are purchasing homes that there was one example, previous owners had a $125,000 water claim on that home. And even though that, claim was 3 years ago, paid out for the other people, had nothing to do with my new client, the carrier declined to offer home insurance due to that claim.
Yeah.
Because, it was a substantial claim, water claims are something that, makes everyone super nervous, because even if it is fixed and repaired, there could be potential damage that, they glossed over, or there could be mold issues down the road, or if something, happens again. So we have seen, clients buying homes that have a previous owner's claim on it that has, hindered getting insurance for them. And quite a few carriers, depending on that claim, they will not allow me to write new home policies for them, even though that claim has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, and that, in my experience, may cause a buyer to cancel on that property, like it has in the past. So I think that that's something that not a lot of people really put a bunch of thought into when they are making insurance claims. And you and I have talked about this in the past, and it's sort of unfortunate that there's a thought out there that insurance claims should be made for every little thing. And that's really not what it's there for. Am I right?
Yeah. So in Facebook, we'll see, this happened at my house, and a lot of the comments will be, contact your insurance. That's what you have it for. That's what it's for. And, a lot of times, clients will call me and be like, this happened. And my advice usually is get a professional. So if there's water issues, if there's roof issues, get a plumber, get a roofer, get somebody out there that can kind of give you an idea of what happened, what caused it. And, they can kind of give you a rough estimate of this is what you're looking at. Because a lot of times, your first phone call will be your insurance carrier. All of a sudden, it'll get listed as a potential claim. And then a roofer will come out and say, for $700, we can, put your tiles down, or, the damage isn't as much as it was to be expected. So then here's the issue. You have $1,000 deductible. If it's only going to be 700 in this example, insurance isn't going to pay anything. It's all out of your pocket. And now you have a claim showing, even though it says zero payout, insurance is still aware that, there was a potential, problem or issue. And it becomes like now you have to explain this zero claim, even though, insurance didn't pay anything. So a lot of the times I always say, $1,000 deductible is great. Nobody wants to pay out a lot if there is a claim, but if $1,000 is your deductible and the claim's $1,700, are you going to turn that in for $700 and then have this claim? So a lot of clients, were re-educating them on higher deductibles, 2,000, 2,500. I have some clients that are taking 10,000 because they are treating their home insurance as something that is catastrophic. So in the event something major happened, say a house fire, and completely down to nothing, clients like, well, definitely going to turn that in. So we're kind of, thinking along the lines of, if one home claim is going to affect my rates and potentially keep me from finding better insurance or getting better rates, a lot of clients are willing to take a higher deductible, and they're paying more out of pocket to keep those claims off, so they can keep a claims free discount and have options in the future for what they want to turn in as a claim.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's definitely something to consider. You've got to consider all angles before you go ahead and, and apply for that claim. Have you seen, this is something that I've seen over the years, and I'm going to pick on roofers just a little bit because that's who I see it the most from. But I do know that there are some other companies that will do this, in different industries. But I have seen roofers will go around knocking on doors and say, hey, we can replace your roof for X amount. It's usually a huge number, like more expensive than what a roof should cost. And don't worry about it though, because we'll help you file a claim with your insurance company and it'll totally get paid for.
Yes. So that has been a thing that we have seen quite a lot. So when a storm goes through an area, there will be a lot of roofers knocking on doors saying, like, hey, we can check your roof and get, an estimate for you. And then, there's damage. And the biggest thing they want is you to sign over your claim to them. So they kind of like be your go between the insurance company and that. So a lot of the times, in the event that if there is a huge storm and your roof does have damage, we're not saying don't turn in a claim, don't file a claim, but work with your insurance, because if it is truly due to that storm and there's damage up there, they will work with you to get that replacement. When roofers are coming and trying to, take you out of it and work directly, we have seen, some claims that maybe, have been denied, or they come in higher than they should be. And then you as the homeowner are now, with that claim, and, it can really impact you. So, the biggest thing, if you do have damage, I'm not trying to say like, don't use your insurance, but, work with, roofing companies that have been around, that, are licensed, insured, check their ratings, get, like your friends get a new roof or anybody like that, ask them who they used. Just work with a company that has, an outstanding reputation, that, will give you a quality product. And, most every roofer will work with insurance companies as well. So if, someone's saying that, like we can take care of it, like just check them out and make sure that, they are licensed and they have all the proper, insurance and, references before, you agree to work with them.
I totally agree. And I'm not saying that a roofer that knocks on a door is not reputable. I mean, they totally could be, but it's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. And with anybody that you work with, right? With anybody that's doing work on your home or anybody that you get services from, it's just a good idea to do a little bit of extra digging and make sure that they, that they're a good company to work with, a good, honest company to work with. I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, Stacy. Well, thank you so much for all of that. That was super informative. And again, I feel like not enough people know the impact that an insurance claim can have on you in the long run. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we didn't chat about?
Yeah, the biggest thing, and I mean, being an agent right now, 2024, the rates are, coming in substantially higher. Everyone is seeing, these numbers come in and wondering what they can do. One of the things, that a lot of my clients are asking me about, like, this is just, we can't afford this. What can we do? Like I said, deductibles, like $1,000 has kind of been like the standard on most homes. I mean, there are other options, 2,500, 5,000, that would help, reduce the premiums. You would be paying more in the event of a claim, but, a lot of clients are seeing the savings, as something that, like, well, hey, if this can help, take off some of the premium that I would have to pay, it's worth it. So there are, like, reach out to your agent. If your autos are not bundled with your home, you can do an auto home bundle. If you have, a motorcycle or, anything to do, like if you bundle your insurances together, there's usually rate savings. Reach out to an agent, let them ask you some questions. If you have a home security system, there's discounts. Just anything that they can do, or, if you haven't shopped your insurance around in, a few years, there's a lot of carriers are competing. So reach out to, an agent, that, independent agents have access to multiple companies, so they can shop you around, do a lot of the legwork for you. But just reach out to your agent and see if there's anything that they can do. Deductibles are one thing that, a lot of clients are willing to change up to help save off that, yearly premium.
Awesome. Great advice. I appreciate that. If somebody would like to get in touch with you, maybe they have more questions, maybe they want to get some quotes from you, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So they can go directly to my Facebook page, Roth Insurance. Sorry, something
That's okay.
but yeah, on Facebook, Roth Insurance. There's a picture of me on there. You can send me a message on my page. Email is the best. Emails are right in front of me all day long, so I can respond back to emails. But yeah, just or you can comment on this video, any questions, and I'll reply back to you or send you my information. I'll put it on this post once Katie has it up, and then yeah, you can reach out and I'll get back to you.
Awesome, Stacy. I do appreciate it. If you guys want to check out any of our previous episodes, hop on over to our YouTube channel. It is at Team EvoAZ. That is our handle. If you prefer the podcast style, maybe you run a lot, bike a lot, hike a lot, and you'd prefer to listen on your most favorite podcast platform, do a quick search for Arizona Real Estate Radio, and there you will find us. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Stacy.
Thanks, Katie.
Bye.